We are here at Cozy Point Ranch with one of our entrepreneurs, Eden Vardy. Cozy Point is a farm park. They've been doing programming, dinners, education, camp here for a while, but they just got their first RFP through, and Eden's going to show us what's possible with another 39 1/3 acres.
So where we're sitting right now in the farm park in our entrance here, this is what's called a food forest or a forest garden. And forest gardens are really unique in that they mimic natural forest ecosystems, except that all the layers are edible. So you'll see our canopy species, that's mimicking like the trees out in nature, are fruit trees. And then the next story down is our fruiting shrubs. You can probably see a bunch of raspberries on a bunch of these that are fruiting right now. The red currants just finished their fruiting cycle. We've got goji berries that are up next, and a bunch of other different kinds of currants and gooseberries and native plums and a lot of other good fruit. That's kind of our mid-story. The next layer down is our perennial herbs. See a lot of chives, oregano, sage, parsley, and a handful of others that are more perennialized. And then under that we still kind of interface some annual greens that kind of represents the ground cover, and eventually those will be more phased out as the food forest matures. We estimate that it will take about 10 to 15 years for the forest garden to reach full maturity. At that point it will take care of itself just like a forest ecosystem does. The real product, or the main yield, or our cash crop if you will, here at the farm is education. And so kind of the backbone of what we do here is empower youth and build community around education of healthy food systems and connecting people to where their food comes from. So expanding will allow us to do that in a much greater way and to a wider diversity of audiences. So right now we're at capacity with our camp, which is 20 kids per week, and we are physically unable to have more students until we expand. The state of Colorado actually will not let us expand our license until we have an indoor infrastructure and until we have more space. With the expansion, we will be able to serve a wider demographic of our community, including food entrepreneurs and soon-to-be farmers as well as existing farmers, and serve them more effectively. We will be a facility that allows farms to thrive across the valley. We will help to remove the obstacles that are commonplace in local food production today to make local foods commonplace and able to compete in the marketplace with our industrial food system. So up here you can kind of get a view of the whole farm park. You can see the food forest that we walked through. You can see our tropical greenhouse dome and integrated aquaculture ecosystem, our rolling greenhouse model and the integrated chickens that live around it, and all the other animals that range on the farm. And what's great about this space is the kids can see all the systems interact together. But what's also great about this space is we can see where we have the potential to expand into. These pastures out here along Highway 82, our goal is to convert these pastures into productive food-producing landscapes, but more so to regenerate the land in a way that really benefits the natural ecosystem. As you walk into our food hub, you'll walk through a welcome center. There will also be a retail space that will sell local food products from our farm here, as well as from farmers across the Roaring Fork Valley. Right. So it will be kind of like a farmer's market, but available to the community year-round.
So you can come here, you can get a plot, you can grow here, you can cook here in a rentable, shareable kitchen, and you can sell here.
Exactly. We plan to have a commercial kitchen that will be rentable on an hourly basis to be able to incubate food entrepreneurs to get their kind of get their foot in the door in the local food economy. Yeah. So if someone wants to start a salsa company or a preserves company, they will have a space where they can rent to get that kind of thing started, and then we'll have a retail space that sells those products as well. Yeah. So it'll be kind of a business incubator and a retail outlet for not just farmers but also for food entrepreneurs in the valley. We also plan in these plots out here to have beginning farmer incubation plots. So think like a community garden, but on a farm scale. So basically beginning farmers will have the opportunity to rent micro parcels and get their hands dirty, literally, in the food economy and see and test their skills. Right now it's very difficult to get started as a farmer. And that's a big problem because the average age of our farmers today is 65, which means that we're starting to run out of them. And obviously with land prices soaring and with the effects of climate change, food production is becoming less and less commonplace, which really poses a threat to our security and our resilience as a community. Pickens County and City of Aspen is doing a great job leasing out public parcels to farmers once they are established to have kind of bigger acreage to be able to incorporate their plans. But those often come with 10-year leases and don't necessarily have equipment to get started with. So even if you're so lucky as to get a public parcel of land, you still need roughly $30,000 to get in the door and do it properly. So having access to these micro parcels to get started. We'll also have a tool library on the site with all that more expensive equipment that can be available at a really affordable rate, not just to farmers here, but farmers across the valley. And we'll really remove some of those obstacles from making farming more commonplace in our region. I've made a commitment to my son and to my children and to children of the next generation to do everything that's in my power to make sure that the world is habitable, beautiful, and thriving for future generations. What you can do to help is just stand behind our vision. The community has really stood behind us to date, and we had well over 250 letters from individuals like you sent to the city saying they want to see this thing, and we just have to see it the rest of the way through. We have to make sure that the city realizes that the community values this. We will have a hearing in front of City Council shortly where our lease expansion will be getting signed off, and you can come join us at that meeting. Even better, you can tag this video and share it with your friends, with your family, with someone that lives in the Roaring Fork Valley or someone that lives outside of the Roaring Fork Valley, somebody with kids, family. Just share this and let people know that you care and that you think they should care too about our collective future and what we can do today to ensure that. I'm Eden Vardy. I'm the founder of Aspen Tree. So I'm an individual that cares about the environment and about our collective future.